A mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. There's still time. Come to Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale and get a queen mattress and adjustable base for just $499.99. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Being the place you turn for pros, it's a lot of responsibility. But from Dan Patrick and Colin Cowherd all the way to Ben Maller,
responsibility needs to be taken.
nobody
Leave that to the professionals.
does it better. Fox Sports 940 Miami. Number one on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WINCA in Miami. WMIB-FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good. We are Fox Sports. Here's what you need to know on Fox Sports 940 Miami.
With the best-of-7 championship round facing off this week, the NHL held its Stanley Cup Final Media Day today with defending champion Panthers and West-winning Oilers getting ready for Game 1 in Edmonton tomorrow night. On the second day of Dolphins OTAs this week, Coach Mike McDaniel said he hasn't spoken with General Manager Chris Greer regarding trade possibilities for Jalen Ramsey or Jonnu Smith, but he understands each win situation and wants to have at least his Pro Bowl tight end at next week's minicamp. And while the coach believes Jalen Waddle and Patrick Paul have been the biggest positives the past 2 weeks, he likes a lot of what Tua Tagovailoa is doing, saying his QB1 has been very competitive and has the most ownership from the players. The Marlins meet Colorado tonight in the second of the 3-game series at Lone Depot Park, coming off a tough 6-4 loss to the Rockies last night. Sandy Alcantara set to take the bump for the Fish. Catch the action here on Fox Sports 940 Miami at 6. And in French Open quarterfinal play today, Lorenzo Musetti topped American Francis Tiafoe in 4 sets, while Iga Swiatek and Arena Sabalenka scored straight sets win to advance to Thursday's semifinal. I'm Eric Rodriguez, Fox Sports 940 Miami.
Broadcasting live from the Fox Sports 940 Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
1-0 pitch. Stowers cracks that one out to center and deep. Siri is back. He looks up and it's gone. The Marlins waste no time. Kyle Stowers with a 2-run shot, and they take a 2-0 lead in the first.
Miami Marlins baseball is on deck.
2-1. That kicks away from Rodriguez. Hill breaks for the plate. There will be no throw. And on a wild pitch, the Marlins walk it off again. 1-2. Conine lifts out to left field. Tommy Pham working back to the warning track. So is Sawinski. They look up and it's gone. Griffin Conine to left center. And we're tied at 2 in the 7th.
Marlins on deck. Brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. Let's head out to the ballpark. Here's your host, Steven Strong.
Well, nice job, Ahmed. Welcome. Live from Lone Depot Park in Miami. Roof and walls, of course, are slammed and shut. We'll play indoors tonight as the rain has had a ruthless edge these last 48 hours. You're listening to Miami Marlins baseball on the radio at Fox Sports 940 Miami. Game 59 of 162. Well, the opportunity is there for Sandy Alcantara to put on his old King's crown. The Marlins dropped Game 1 to the worst team in baseball yesterday, and in moments like this, you look around searching for a certain someone to respond in an authoritative way. Sandy's done it countless times in his career, but can he do it tonight? We bring you Game 2 of a 3-game set between the 10-50 Colorado Rockies and your 23-35 Miami Marlins. Alcantara will take the ball for the 12th time for Clayton McCullough's Marlins. Chase Dolander has been removed off the IL and activated. He'll make his return to the hill here tonight. The Rockies' top prospect will make his 9th start of the season. First pitch slated for 6:40 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Well, hi, everyone. Thanks for making Marlins on Deck a part of your Tuesday night with Jack McMullen and four-time World Series champion. I'm Steven Strom. We thank you for your participation as we get you to line up for the show tonight. We got a good show. We'll hear from Sandy himself with Jack McMullen. We will also hear from Marlins hitting coach Pedro Guerrero on the task at hand tonight. We'll get you out of the count with Sandy and Dolander. Jack will jump in for some back and forth. Nelly doing TV, doing the whole car wash. Good job by him. Expo question of today at Marlins Radio, and Steve's guarantee to victory. So we start here with Sandy Alcantara. This is an opportunity for him to come out here and really respond for the Marlins, who dropped game one last night to the Colorado Rockies. And we had our very own Jack McMullen catch up with Sandy yesterday at the task at hand tonight against the Rockies, plus what to watch for with Sandy tonight.
All right, thank you, Steven. Sandy Alcantara getting ready for a start against the Colorado Rockies and against your former battery mate in Jacob Stallings. What's it going to be like facing your old teammate and the guy that caught your Cy Young season?
I don't know. So maybe I got to change a little bit my way how to attack the hitter, because Jacob was the guy who coached me all my game 20, 22. So I think he know what I'm going to throw. So I think I just need to confuse him a little bit mañana. Yeah.
You feel like he would still know you and know your tendencies and your arsenal?
Oh, for sure. So the guy who caught you like 35, 33 star, he knows everything you throw. So especially Jacob Starling, he's very smart, catcher, and he's great, man.
Sandy, just hitting on the last couple of starts, where do you feel like your changeup is right now? Because it feels like you're getting a little bit more consistent with the location of the changeup.
Change is great, man. I think just need to throw it more for a strike, so don't try to be too perfect with it. I know my changeup get a little bit more break this year. I just got to keep working on the way that I've been working on the bullpen, try to be consistency throwing for a strike, and, let's see tomorrow what happens.
Fastball, yeah. Do you try and, kind of work around the perimeter of the zone, up, down? Is there a certain place in the zone you want the heater to be?
Yeah, for sure. So I've been working on my fastball, try to be more consistency hitting my spot, so hopefully I've been missing a lot this year with it, but there is plenty of time to keep working, and that's what I've been doing.
How do you work on that in a bullpen? Because obviously you're probably not going 100%, right? You only have 40 pitches to work with there. How do you really focus the reps?
Yeah, if you watch my bullpen, I throw a no-hitter every time, so perfect bullpen, hitting my spot, consistency, but when I cross the line, I think everything changed, that's a different adrenaline, out there, and every day you don't want to have your best stuff, but you got to keep competing.
Sandy, appreciate it. Best of luck against Colorado.
Thank you, man.
Steven.
All right, so I have a couple of thoughts, and nice job, Jack McMullen and Sandy Alcantara there. We'll start with his changeup, and Jack pointed that out. The changeup for Sandy this year, opponents are hitting 244, but the thing I like about that change piece this year is it's at 33% whiff percentage. So guys are swinging and missing at his changeup. It's just about the other pitches in his arsenal that obviously he wants to try to garner and be effective here tonight against the Rockies. I opened up with this, and I just firmly believe, like we've all kind of been waiting for that start, right? Like you talk about the White Sox start, there's just been a couple of instances where we've all sat here and thought, okay, is this the start for Sandy Alcantara? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give you another take here. I think in some weird way, losing last night can almost loosen up Sandy, where like we all know Sandy's feeling it, right? Like we know he's looking at his numbers. We know that he knows that it's in there somewhere, somehow. I almost think losing last night can loosen him up coming out tonight. And maybe he can find that old crown that I said in the open about when the Marlins lost games like yesterday and you had Sandy, it was so easy to flush the night before. I'm hoping that he can recapture that some way, shape, or form tonight. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know if it's 5 innings, 3 runs. I don't know if it's 6 shutout. I don't know if this guy can come out here and throw a complete game. But I think this is a really prime opportunity for Sandy to flush what's happened, the first 12 starts and our first 11 starts, and come out here and just focus on the task at hand. Your team needs you. Your team needs you to bounce back. Your team needs you to go out there and perform at a high level. I'm hoping Sandy Alcantara will give us that game here tonight. We'll break here. We will talk about the offense. Marlins hitting coach Pedro Guerrero will join me next as Marlins on Deck continues on the Marlins Radio Network.
The pitch at the same grip. Sometimes
1-1. Lee pumps into right center field. Myers on the move. Dane Myers back to the track. Myers jumps up, and he made an insane play. Dane Myers in right center field went leaping at the wall, full speed into the padded wall, grimacing as he lays on the warning track. But Dane Myers just took an RBI double away from Jung-Hoo Lee.
That's incredible again.
13 in the game with runners in scoring position yesterday. 1-2 pitch is a roller over to third base. Arcia's got it. He's coming home, and Goodman just didn't catch the throw. Everybody up an additional 90 feet. So Sanchez to third, Augustine to second. That'll be an RBI fielder's choice, but a missed catch error on Goodman to play X from third base. We're tied at 1 in the bottom of the first.
The outside pitch, especially when you have a moving fastball.
First pitch to Otto Lopez is cranked through the left side of the infield. That is a base hit. They're going to hold Augustine at third, but Sanchez scores from third. And Otto Lopez, the shortstop for the Fish, plates another an RBI single. 2-1 Marlins in the bottom of the first. 1-0 pitch to Wagaman. Lopez on the go. Wagaman hits one out to right field pretty deep. Freeman is setting up camp. He makes the catch. Otto retreats to first, but that is deep enough to plate Augustine from third base. A sacrifice fly for Eric Wagaman, a productive out number 2. Brings in another run. It's 3-1 Marlins in the bottom of the first.
Throw in order to get the guy at home with 1 out.
2-1. That one lined into left center field. Doyle on his horse. Doyle looking up, and that thing slams off the wall in left center field. Sanchez pulling into second base. No problem for Liam Hicks to score from third. It's an RBI double, and Jesus Sanchez is stinging the ball.
Welcome back here to Marlins on Deck as we get you ready for the middle game. It's the Rockies. It's the Marlins, Steven Strom, and very happy to be joined now by Marlins hitting coach Pedro Guerrero. First of all, thank you for joining me. I know you're a busy man. I have to ask this question. Obviously, fans are thinking, oh, man, the Marlins just lost to a team that has won 9 games this year. And I will ask you, what was it like coming into the clubhouse? Was it any other day, or was there a little bit of an edge?
We said it previous to series. Like, it's still a major league club. They come out here and play every day hard. Me being on the Giants last 3 years, like, this is a team that is in a really tough division. And, they don't play like their record shows. I think they are a team that come and play nine innings hard, and they try to make the best of every game. And, we knew that coming in, and it just didn't happen our way. We had a couple situations in which we could have scored more runs, and we didn't. And that's the game. It could have been with the Rockies or any other club.
Yep. I would love to talk offensive trends with you. One of them that we've all been following is the 2-out trend. What are some other trends that you're seeing offensively that is very encouraging for you?
I think since the Angels series, I think we are grinding starters a little bit better, which is good. We were notorious for knowing about the bullpen and just hitting the bullpen good and struggling versus the starters. I think that trend is kind of stabilizing, and we're doing a better job of starters, and I'm really happy about that because the bullpen, is a flip of a coin. Sometimes they're going to come really good, and sometimes they're going to come bad. But the starters, according to our plan, is really good because the starters, sometimes they just have their stuff, but majority of the time, if you have a good plan, you can beat starters.
I got to give credit to Jack because he asked me to ask this question. Some of the numbers, you look at just batting average, OPS, and you think, oh, this guy is or isn't a good player. Who in this lineup that you're looking at the numbers and you're saying, this is eventually going to change from a numbers standpoint that maybe we're not seeing right now? Like a guy like Sanoa was the one that we both kind of agreed on.
In terms of, it's going to trend to be, really good?
Yes.
He's already in a really good spot, but somebody that really jumped was Liam Hicks. Has done a really good job, not swinging at bad pitches, taking good at bats, putting the ball in play, all the little things that in the course of a year, you can see that this is going to be consistent. He's someone that really stands out right now.
And with Dolander tonight coming off the IL, Rockies' #1 prospect, what do you see when you watch him on film?
It's a really good fastball. That's the plan today. We're going to take his fastball away. The breaking ball is really slow. There's a 20-mile-per-hour difference on both pitches, so that's really good. Nobody has that really buffer.
How do you pick that up as a hitter? Is there any way you can do it? Is it arm speed? What is it?
It's the velocity. You're getting up for 100, and then you see something so soft that you inevitably going to be in front.
Sure.
part of our game plan is just knowing that it's not always for a strike. Majority of the time it's not a strike. So making the guys aware of it and let them formulate the plan and make it like more like a, I've said this before, we want a culture in which like they see the pitcher and also give us their opinions, and it's just telling them like, hey, we got to do this to beat these guys. Like it's a cohesive thing so they also grow as players.
Really happy we got to do this. Thank you for joining me.
I appreciate you.
All right, coming up next, we'll get you out of the count, Sandy Alcantara and Dollander. It's going to be a 6:40 first pitch. Marlins Rockies on the Marlins Radio Network.
The pitch at the same grip. You know, sometimes
1-1. Lee pumps center right center field. Myers on the move. Dane Myers back to the track. Myers jumps up and he made an insane play. Dane Myers in right center field went leaping at the wall, full speed into the padded wall, grimacing as he lays on the warning track. But Dane Myers just took an RBI double away from Jung-Hoo Lee.
That's incredible again.
13 in the game with runners in scoring position yesterday. 1-2 pitch is a roller over to third base. Arcia's got it. He's coming home, and Goodman just didn't catch the throw. Everybody up an additional 90 feet. So Sanchez to third, Augustine to second. That'll be an RBI fielder's choice, but a missed catch error on Goodman to play X from third base. We're tied at 1 in the bottom of the first.
The outside pitch, especially when you have a moving fastball.
First pitch to Otto Lopez is cranked through the left side of the infield. That is a base hit. They're going to hold Augustine at third, but Sanchez scores from third. And Otto Lopez, the shortstop for the Fish, plates another an RBI single. 2-1 Marlins in the bottom of the first. 1-0 pitch to Wagaman. Lopez on the go. Wagaman hits one out to right field pretty deep. Freeman is setting up camp. He makes the catch. Otto retreats to first, but that is deep enough to plate Augustine from third base. A sacrifice fly for Eric Wagaman, a productive out number 2. Brings in another run. It's 3-1 Marlins in the bottom of the first.
Throw in order to get the guy at home with one out.
2-1. That one lined into left center field. Doyle on his horse. Doyle looking up, and that thing slams off the wall in left center field. Sanchez pulling into second base. No problem for Liam Hicks to score from third. It's an RBI double, and Jesus Sanchez is stinging the ball.
Hey, this is Eric Wagman, and you're listening to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on the Marlins Radio Network.
Well, thank you, Wags. Wags will bat 6th and play first base here tonight. Marlins looking to punch back, return serve here in the middle game against the Rockies. Colorado is seeking consecutive wins for just the second time in 2025. Well, it's great to have you aboard here on this Tuesday night. Hopefully you download the iHeartRadio app and made Fox Sports 940 your top preset to listen to every Marlins game. Thank goodness for the roof. It has rained the last 48 hours, and I think that's what I'm hearing in my headset. The field effects is not on. So it is, again, raining cats and dogs outside. So thank goodness we do have this roof. We will watch Sandy Alcantara go opposite Chase Dollander here tonight. And I'll start with Sandy, who will take the ball for the 12th start of 2025. Congratulations to him, by the way. 150th start of his career. 2-7 and 8 ERA, 51 innings pitched. He did not factor on Wednesday in San Diego. Marlins won the game, but he did allow 6 runs on 7 hits, 4 walks, no punch outs, 4 innings pitched. It was the first time since 2019 he didn't record a strikeout. He surrendered at least 4 runs in 6 consecutive starts, and he's looking for his first win since April 12th. The situation is there. The opportunity is there. And I keep telling you, and I'm going to keep putting this out there in the universe, that this is the game that Marlins always turn to Sandy Alcantara after a tough loss. You had Sandy coming the next day. Hopefully that situation brings something out from something we've seen in Sandy multiple times here tonight against the Rockies. He'll go opposite Chase Dollander, 23-year-old right-hander from Evans, Georgia. This is the Rockies' top prospect. He was actually the 22nd ranked prospect in MLB, according to MLB Pipeline. He will return from the IL. He felt right forearm tightness in his last start against Arizona. That's what caused this IL stint. Again, he is the Rockies' #1 prospect. He did debut in April. He comes into tonight 2-5, a 6.28 ERA, 8 starts, 38 2/3. He throws a 4-seamer at about 97 miles per hour, effortless velocity, a curveball, a cutter, a changeup, a slider. We heard Pedro Guerrero talk about the discrepancy in velo. That four-seamer sits at 97. He'll throw that curveball about 78 miles per hour. So that's a 20-mile-per-hour difference. We'll see if the Marlins can eliminate that fastball here tonight. Something you can get to as far as Chase Dollander is concerned is the walks, a 10.5% walk rate. League average is 8.6. We'll see here again. And Pedro Guerrero told us this as well. They've got to get to the starters earlier in this game. We'll see here if they can get to Chase Dollander, who, again, Dollander, by the way, who is coming off the IL again with that right forearm soreness. So we'll see here if Miami can get their offense going here against the Rockies in Game 2. Chase Dollander, Sandy Alcantara. That's your matchup on the mound. We'll break here. We'll get Jack McMullen on next. We got a plethora of topics to talk about as we get you ready for a 6:40 first pitch. It's the Marlins. It's the Rockies on the Marlins Radio Network.
Augustin Ramirez. Augustin hammers a ball out to left and deep. It is gone. Don't worry about that first run. Augustin Ramirez ties the contest at a run apiece. First pitch to Jesus Sanchez. Sanchez hits one a mile high out to right field. You got Wade working back. Wade at the track. He looks up and it's gone. Left on left matchup, but Jesus Sanchez leaves the yard. It was a sky-scraping homer. He hit it hard. Looked almost directly as he throws 99. Has a crazy good slider. And he's pretty young in his pitching life. 0-1 pitch. Otto drills. Out to left and deep. Sheets his back. He looks up. And this game is tied. A 3-run home run from Otto Lopez. And the Marlins work all the way back after the crooked number against Sandy. Bottom of the fourth, I should say. Infield is in. First pitch to Augustin. Kicks away from the catcher Diaz. And here comes Javi. He scores standing up without a throw. Jason Adam, the right-handed reliever. His first pitch of his outing was a yanked and spiked slider. And on a wild pitch, the Marlins take a 7-6 lead here in the top of the seventh.
Cutter, depending on the day. So most of the times it was my slider, and I just let it rip.
First pitch to Augustin. He lines one into center, and that drops in for a base hit. It's going to give the Fish.
And talk about easy 100% financing at 0 down. I'm thrilled and I'm safe. Call Loctite Impact now at 954-500-LOCK. That's 954-500-LOCK, or visit LoctiteImpact.com.
I have a really important announcement to make. Download the iHeartRadio app and make Fox Sports 940 your top preset to listen to every Marlins game this season. It's Game 2 of a 3-game set, the second leg of this homestand for the Marlins. Sandy Alcantara is looking for his first victory since April 12th. As we welcome in Jack McMullen, it has been tiresome at points, Jack, because you feel like this is it for Sandy. No, this is it. Okay, no, this is it. I think this is the first situation this year where I've laid it out in the open where you lose to the worst team in baseball.
Yeah.
And for many years here in this organization, they have been able to turn to Sandy, and you look at him in the rotation, you think, okay, we have Sandy out there. Bullpen can get a rest, and we're going to win this game. What kind of opportunity does Sandy have here against the Rockies?
I think it's a checkpoint start. And what I mean by that is I think this is probably the last time that we say, oh, this is the start for Sandy, right? Otherwise, you take it kind of day by day, and it's like, okay, how are we looking at Sandy Alcantara moving forward? But I think this is the one, like, if you were to look at any type of get right start, given the context that you just laid out, this is the one. Like,
no Tovar either, right?
No Tovar in the lineup. Apparently, he's dealing with a little oblique thing, and he's day-to-day, so we won't see him likely today or tomorrow. But, like, this lineup in this place, like, it really benefits you pitching at home off of a loss to the 9-50 Colorado Rockies. This feels like the start that Sandy's got to get right and will get right, because that's what he does, and Sandy has some of the best stuff on the planet. I think he's one of the best pitchers on the planet still, and it's just him trying to work back from a major elbow surgery. sound like a broken record
I know,
saying
I
it,
know,
but like
I know.
this is just what the world's elite have to deal with when they work back from a major elbow surgery. Just your 150th reminder this year.
And you try not to sound theatrical, and you have to be cautionary because it's 162 games throughout this season, and one shouldn't bend or break anything. But yesterday felt like a punch in the gut. There was no question leaving the ballpark yesterday. You're thinking, how did that just happen? What does a response look like outside of the score, Jack McMullen, for the Marlins?
I think working deep in counts, dealing with a really talented arm and Chase Dollander, I think the count competitiveness, if that makes any sense, is going to be of the utmost importance for the lineup. I also think laying out for ground balls and possibly laying out for a fly ball or two. Like, you just want to see
Finding
the will
energy
in these guys. Yeah, forcing energy. Maybe it's a leadoff homer. Maybe it's a leadoff single and a stolen base and then a homer. You know what I mean? Like, you just want something like that. You want a tone setter from the Miami Marlins today. It could be a diving play by Otto Lopez at shortstop. I think they need something to just say, hey, fight is on. And it's on maybe even more than it has been all year.
And again, it's hard to, sound like this because I don't want to come off as disrespectful because we've never had these conversations. It's just, we're just being authentic and honest. Like, because of the record, you just have to have these conversations and you have to have these, what does a response look like? It's necessary for the context of where we're at right now.
It's a weird situation. Can I ask you when you guys saw the White Sox last year? I don't remember when you guys saw the White Sox.
I'm not sure.
Was it when they were hunting history? Like, was it before the All-Star break? Do you remember?
I literally could not tell you.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I just know that when they came to town, it was like they better. Like, the Rockies came last year and the Marlins swept them in May.
Yeah.
Like last year, and you felt that. Like, the Rockies were going to have a long year, right? Like, but same thing with the White Sox. You're probably right. I wish I could give you an exact date.
I'm just thinking in terms of like hunting history. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you got a team struggling, and even like any other year, you welcome the worst team in baseball into town. There's some pressure there to beat the worst team in baseball, but at the end of the day, like, it's another Major League Baseball team. This is the worst start to a season through 60 games in the modern era. The modern era started in 1901. So, yeah, that dialogue is important. It's pertinent and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, like, I think Pedro Guerrero said it best. These guys are Major League Baseball players. This is a Major League Baseball team, and I think they are better than their record has indicated. This is a Major League caliber team that has a record that is almost like a AAA team playing in big league ball.
I want to ask you one more game question, then a roster question. We'll start with, or we'll end with the game question. How do we get to Dollander tonight? I know you've covered him and you like a lot of his stuff, but what's the plan of action here tonight?
I think you got to be ready for the heater. And also, like, I think you can kind of shrink him to 2 pitches. So he technically is a 4-pitch mix. He's got this fastball, curveball, slider / cutter, and then a changeup. I think you can kind of scrap the changeup. And you can turn him into a fastball slider guy or a fastball curveball guy, fastball cutter guy, whatever it's going to be tagged as. But make sure that you're ready for the heater. He throws it more than 50% of the time. So if you're going to pick a pitch, have it be the fastball. He's going to be around the strike zone with the fastball a lot. So I think you have to commit to a pitch or maybe a pitch and a half.
Okay.
You see a hanging curveball, it snaps off his fingertips. You know,
let
the bat eat. So you go. So if I were to be like Nostradamus type, I would say if you get a couple of long balls, because Dollander is susceptible to the gopher ball. If he allows 2 homers today, I bet one's on the fastball, one's on a hanging curveball.
And the Marlins have not hit a home run in their last 142 ABs. So one would say they are due.
Yeah.
Roster move today. Max Meyer on the 15-day IL, placed on it with a left hip impingement. George Soriano recalled from AAA Jacksonville, 2-1, a 2.13 ERA in 7 games with AAA. Curious the ripple effect here. Does this mean someone like Tyler Phillips is going to be pushed up in leverage sort of situations? I know we see Bender and Enriquez and Tinoco, but do you see it as that or no? How do you take it?
I don't necessarily see it as anything more than like that is the vacant starting rotation spot that Yuri Perez is going to take over. Whenever he comes back, he makes his start in Jacksonville. We've seen it reported that this will be the last one, and Clayton McCullough confirmed that.
Hopefully they play it. I don't know if it's raining up there, but
I don't know. But you think that Yuri Perez is going to slot in during that Pirates series, and that would make a lot of sense. So I really don't think it jacks up the bullpen whatsoever. I think what you're looking at is maybe if you need it for Yuri, a spot start from Valente Bayoso or Jansen Junk, who are both stretched out as starting pitchers.
But he will be inserted on the road trip, according to Clayton McCullough.
Yeah, so I think it makes all the sense in the world that he just kind of takes the rotation spot of Max Meyer right now as he deals with this. Really unfortunate to see Max go down, but hopefully this can kind of function as a little bit of a reset where he can just take a breath and say, okay, let's get back to that 2-1 ERA that I had 5 turns through.
All right, good roundtable discussion. We'll take a timeout. X-Poll question.
Real quick, is it a roundtable if it's just two of us?
Yeah, I don't know.
Cross
table? That's fine.
Perfect.
That'll play.
I'll see it.
We'll break. We'll do X-Poll question. Steve's guaranteed, then we'll play some baseball. Jack and Nelly have your call on the Marlins Radio Network.
Thrown on the run.
A 1 pitch is hammered out to left center field pretty deep. Hernandez is back. Track, wall. He jumps up. Hernandez made the catch. Heriberto Hernandez, in his second major league game, takes a 2-run home run away from Tyler Fitzgerald to end the inning.
The pitch at the same grip. Sometimes
1-1. Lee pumps into right center field. Myers on the move. Dane Myers back to the track. Myers jumps up, and he made an insane play. Dane Myers in right center field went leaping at the wall, full speed into the padded wall, grimacing as he lays on the warning track. But Dane Myers just took an RBI double away from Jung-Hoo Lee.
That's incredible again.
4th shutout for the Marlins. We've seen Edward Cabrera the last couple of seasons. We've seen the great Cabrera. We've seen the struggling Cabrera. We're seeing the consistent Cabrera. What's the evolution of him looked like through the process?
He's just attacking guys, getting ahead. His off-speed stuff looks better than ever. He's throwing strikes with it, so I think hitters have to be, conscious of all of his pitches instead of just a couple. So he's doing a really good job locating and executing everything.
How did you guys attack this Giants lineup, not just with Cabrera, with all your arms today?
Just going through the scouting report that, Mosk and the pitching coaches will give me. And they do a really good job, so just sticking with the plan, and Cabrera's doing a really good job, attacking them and executing it.
You got to give me one. Dane Myers catch or the Hernandez catch?
Man, both are great, but I think Dane's was probably one of the best catches I've ever seen. So that was unbelievable.
Where would this team be without Ronnie Enriquez?
He's been a rock out there.
Stream now.
All right, we're off and running here on the Marlins Radio Network on this Tuesday night from Lone Depot Park. Second game of a 3-game set with the Colorado Rockies. Listen to your Marlins on the go. Download the iHeartRadio app and make Fox Sports 940 your top presets of listen to every Marlins game this season. Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, and Jeff Nelson. Those two have your call in about 10 minutes. We did some housekeeping, but I do want to repeat that George Soriano was recalled from AAA Jacksonville. Max Meyer placed on the 15-day IL with a left hip impingement. Let's get to our X-Poll question of today. Well, Sandy Alcantara was caught by what current Rocky during his Cy Young Award season? Make sure to vote at Marlins Radio. It's time for Steve's Guarantees.
Batter up. Batter up.
Let's play some ball.
First pitch is moments away. Time now for Steve's Guarantees.
All right, Sandy, quality start. And I also have Augustine Ramirez to hit a home run. Marlins haven't homered in their last 142 ABs. Jack said it. Dolander is susceptible to the home run. I like those two things to happen here tonight. Folks, I hope he got the itch for first pitch, because when we come back, Jack McMullen paints a picture. Jeff Nelson, he's ready to rock star, and lineups in first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins On Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the M together, Miami Marlins baseball. It's next on the Marlins Radio Network.